Back to the video lit up by a desk lamp. Anyway, welcome back. We are now looking at a different PCB. The Neo Geo we kind of decided was dead. Anyway, if you're not aware, we're now looking at a Midway Seattle. I have had several of these boards. I have nightmares of them. And why? Because of that, the Galileo chip, and I despise it. It's basically, if you breathe on it in a certain way, it'll just die. Anyway, the game that we're running on it is Blitz. Now, this isn't the game that came with the board. The actual game that came with the board is California Speed. Now, the only reason I want to use Blitz is because I have a hard drive hooked up. Well, I have a California Speed hard drive. I know this works, but, you know. And if that doesn't work, I've got all these ROMs. I've got Carnival, I've got Hyperdrive, I've got another version of California Speed. So yeah, a bit, you can tell I've had a lot of these boards, 4 to be precise by now. Anyway, the one that the fault with this, apparently it powers up, but there's no video. Now, no, not California Speed, Carnival, when I bought that, it had the same problem. I managed to fix it, and it was one of these inductors down here. Now, I did check that this time. It doesn't seem to be that simple. Of course, you're not going to get lucky twice, are you? Now, the reason this is mounted to wood is because this is just so that this board stays put. Because once this board works, I'm going to permanently mount this to this board and presumably cage it and make sure this never ever sees the light of day again, because I don't want this dying. This probably wants to be the last board I buy. Anyway, so we've replaced the ROMs up here and the security chip with that of Blitz's, and what we're going to do is just, well, see what we can get. Now, the first thing I know is good is firstly that my camera will focus in, is these LEDs. Now, these are the system status LEDs, and they tell you pretty much a lot of what this board is going through. You've also got a hard drive light over here. There's a sound ROM LED anywhere. Anyway, these lights basically tell you what's going on. If they're all on and they stay on, your Galileo's not working. If they sort of flash and then they go off and then they sort of reboot, your Galileo's dead. Yeah, you can tell I've had a lot of problems with that Galileo chip. I should not be touching it. Anyway, let's power it on. That's already a good sign. We're getting activity. It means the board's alive. Yay, we've not reset. But we're not getting any video. What could possibly be going on? Of course, the first logical step is to probe the signal. Now, this was sold as it would boot and you could hear sounds, but it wouldn't play anything. I can't tell if I'm getting signal or not. Let me just, let's go to 0.2 volts per division. Okay, we're getting something. It's a bit glitchy. I mean, I expect that from a sync signal, so we're getting sync. That's always a good sound. Okay. Oh, by the way, I have got the scope grounded, wire going down into the power supply there. And yes, it's a flying ground, but what are you going to do? So there's green, red, and blue. Nope, that's ground. Anyway, that's blue. Okay. So we have no video output, and we've got no life whatsoever. Also, I think it's crashing because it's not getting the data off the hard drive, because it keeps resetting at the minute, which is not a good idea. It's not a good thing. Let's do a visual inspection of the board. I can see missing jumpers. There's some down here we're missing. I think there's a couple of... Yeah, that's not good. What I'm going to do is go look at the jumpers then. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're looking at the jumpers, and these are the factory jumper settings. Now, some will be missing. I will point out, it's been years since I had a Seattle board last, and I don't have another one to compare with. I kind of binned the rest. Clip. Anyway, let's have a look. Shall we start from J1? Near B1 and S1, which is S2, sorry, then that's over here, so that's reset. Yep, that's J1, that's reset, and that has to be open or the board won't boot. J2 has to be 1 and 2, and that's near B1 and U86. U86. Let's have a look. U86, and it has to be near B1. That's J2. Ooh, we're missing that. Okay, do I have any jumpers? That was a bit much. Oh well, let's have a look. Jumper! And you go into 1 and 2, like so. Okay, let's go to J3. Watchdog circuit enable. We do want this because if the board is crashing, we want the board to restart. So, we're looking for C1 and C589. And this little piggy goes on 1 and 2. Going on to J4 now, I believe, and this should be open, so we're going to ignore that because I'm missing that one. J5, which should be open, I'm going to ignore that one because it's missing. J6, upper left, near P8 and U32. Main boot ROM size and type. Now that sounds like one that we might want. So it should be in positions 2 and 3, and I know where that is actually. Yeah, that looks like J2 and 3 to me. Pin 2 and 3 to me. Going on to J7 now, which is again main boot ROM size and type, which would be 1 and 2, and it's yeah, should be near the same place. Oh no, we're missing it. Don't worry, I've got one here. Get on the oh, I've screwed it up. No, the jumper is going on. I think you know the drill by now. J8, upper left, near P16 and U33. Okay. Main boot ROM size and type, and it should be 1 and 2. Who stole my goddamn jumpers? Okay, so this should be 1 and 2 right there. You'll also notice something. J7 is supposed to be on 1 and 2. I was kind of not thinking when I put that down. I just put it down as and how I felt. Okay. J9, none. J10, upper right near C640 and U12. Oh, ooh. Do we have that one? No. Okay. J11, expansion ROM size, reserved for future development, 1 and 2. There's J11, and there is 1 and 2. By the way, we don't need that one because that one's for that, and obviously it's not there. J12, none. J13, upper left near U25 and U100. JTAG processor features, reserved for future development, open. I'm going to ignore that one. P20, okay, we've changed up our letters. Upper left near P22 and U32, CPU project, yep, so don't do anything with it. CPU switches, S2 is, yeah, yep, okay, we don't need those because they're the jumpers. Okay, well, I think now we should be able to actually say that the jumpers are properly installed, so the board is hardware-wise configured. Seems weird, why would you take off? I suppose maybe they needed it and they just decided, we'll just do whatever. Oh yeah, by the way, this is why I removed the California Speed, because even though I have the widget board that goes on here for California Speed, I just didn't want to put it in. I'm lazy, so I changed the ROMs because Blitz doesn't require a widget board. So anyway, shall we try testing it out? Let's go turn it on. Well, we got LEDs and status, that's always a nice thing. Hard drive spinning up. And dies. I think that hard drive might be dead. Poor little hard drive. And as if by magic, California Speed has magically decided to put itself back onto the board. By the way, if you're wondering if there's any problems doing this, yes there can be. The CPU did change speeds during the Seattle's run. It was like, I think 50, was it 33, 50, 100 and 150 megahertz. don't quote me on that, I can't remember, it's something along those lines, but all of these games I have work on this board, mainly because I have tried, actually I tell a lie, I think it's Hyperdrive needs a faster, oh, which one is, where's Hyperdrive? There you go. I think Hyperdrive needs a faster CPU, and I'm an idiot. This is a public service announcement. Firstly, if you're going to try recording videos, actually say your words properly. Secondly, make sure you hit the big red button. Otherwise, you'll just be talking to yourself like a complete idiot. Kind of like what I just did. Anyway, you've not missed much. I tried to power up the board. It didn't. Well, he tried to boot. The hard drive shut off, and then it didn't do anything. So, anyway, all I've done is put on the ADC widget board over there, and that's one I've had for ages. I've got literally a box full of widget boards and that. And anyway, so hard drives are installed, and so is the ROMs. I don't remember if I showed that. It's hard to tell when you forget to record things. Anyway, let's have a look at the manual, just make sure we're not going to miss any jumper settings or anything like that. CPU switches, yes, we're going to have to mess about with that in a minute. Sorry, I wasn't showing you that before, was I? Here we go. Right. Remote game reset open. J2 needs to be closed, 1 and 2, which it is. J3 needs to be connected. J3, which is right on the other side, is connected. J4 open, J5 open, J6 2 and 3, J6 is on 2 and 3, J7 which needs to be 1 and 2, J7 is on 1 and 2, J8 needs to be 1 and 2, J8 is 1 and 2, J9 isn't on this board, J10 needs to be open, J11 needs to be reserved for future development, 1 and 2, J11 is on there, J12 doesn't exist, open, and yeah, not connected. I was just about to say, I wonder if there's any shorted out pins, but it's not. I'm actually thinking about it, I might have a processor somewhere. You know, I think the California speed, no, not California speed, the higher processing ones, I'm not sure, I'll have to double check. Let's have a look. Go back until we find my pinouts from years ago. Oh, that was the outputs. Yeah, because I was going to, as a project of mine, I was going to make a actual output adapter, but I never got around to doing it, strangely. Well, I say I never got around to doing it, the board died, as these Seattles tend to do, quite frequently, and annoyingly, all the time. 3 of them, to be precise. I've missed the page. Let me find the page. Okay, if memory serves me right, the only thing that you have to do is change dip switch 2 to be off on California speed. I can't find the dip switch in the manual, and I don't care. Because I mean, most Midway games about this time, other than like monitor settings, they basically went entirely software selectable, so meh. Wait for the game to boot up, hopefully. We should hopefully get hard drive activity. And it's getting a flashing sound on, which is always a good sign. I think it's a good sign. It's not a good sign when the hard drive shuts off. Oh joy. What's going on? And by the way, there's nothing on the screen if you're wondering, there's just blankety blank, blankety blank, blankety blank. Right. So we're not getting anything. Is that... No, the hard drive's connected alright. Unless the hard drives have lost their formatting. That's the only problem. I can't remember what was going on with these hard drives. I should probably get an own working, but I don't have one. Hey guys, you never guess what? I changed out the game to Carnival. Why? Because I just need more... well, I don't know. Just to make sure that it's not my hardware, I guess. I've changed the widget board once again to the gun IO, and no, I am not selling it before anyone asks. Also, I actually made this loom because I've actually got Time Crisis guns, which works on this. Yes, Namco guns work on this game, apparently. I found that out just by, well, messing about. I'm not advertising for Gears 10p, although he's a good guy. Right. Good lord, I've forgotten how thick this manual was. Right. Ooh, look at that. Dip switches on the first try. Not used, not used, not used. Off, 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 off. Graphic speed. Okay, it does say to change the graphic speed. So, let's do that. Where is... Oh Christ, where is my little dip switch tool? Well, not even a dip switch tool, just a tool that is good for changing dip switches. Okay, found it. Graphic speed needs to be switch 4 and 5 on. Switch 4 and 5 on. Anyone else need to be on? Not used on. Apparently we need to put 6 on. Off, off. Okay. And we don't need to worry about the other one. Not going to bother with the jumpers. I rarely ever found that you needed to change the jumpers. And in fact, I checked before I even did this. Right. Fingers crossed. Okay. We went to second LED. 2 LEDs. Hard drive booting up. We've got LEDs on the gun board. We're not getting anything else. This is... Oh! Reading hard drive. Okay. We're still not getting anything though. And the signal we're getting is, as you can see, it's there but not really that distinguishable. Oh, the game reset. Oh no, please don't tell me. Let me guess, if I push down on the Galileo, is it going to boot properly? So far that answer looks to be no. Oh! I really chose an inappropriate time to let go, didn't I? I don't know if you realise, but I hope you understand that I hate the fucking Midway Seattle boards. I really do. I'm going to hold this down until the hard drive actually spins up this time. No, nothing. Well, this is interesting now. We've got a clear issue with just data not being loaded. Still trying to boot it. It's not. I've even changed the speaker just because there is a bong that's supposed to come out of the speaker when it's booting. I'm seriously wondering if it's something to do with the hard drive, because I know that they're supposed to load up some stuff from the hard drive, but I also know from experience that these games require the ROMs to even boot, and if they don't find a hard drive, they will stall, but they will show graphics when they're trying to read the hard drive. So it does seem like it's trying to load the graphics drivers, but it just won't do it for whatever reason. Make sure none of these are stupidly hot. Very strange. Okay, it seems a little odd, but sometimes using MAME to figure out what's going on, it can actually help you. So what we're going to do is just boot it up and see what it's supposed to do. And yes, we're using California's. We're using Carnival for this one. So the dot on the screen is flash, 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 flash. FBI test. No idea, the FBI is onto us. But this is interesting because we're not even getting this. Is that a regression? It's just reset it. Nope. I'm also not getting any sound, I don't think. So the thing is posting, which is good. Okay, so we are getting Carnival booting on MAME. Come on.
Walk through the cemetery if you dare, where skeletons rot and quarter.
Okay, that's good to know. So we're supposed to get sound. Yeah, I know how the diagnostics work. Oh, come on, focus on me. Oop. Apparently I wasn't supposed to do that. Seems like to me that we're not getting any okay, so we can clearly tell that this board is posting, but it's not doing much more than that. I really wonder if it's something as silly as the battery's not installed. I can't remember how these boards work. I can't remember if they're funky or not. Okay, ooh, I heard the hard drive speaker kicking. That was a nice sound. We're not getting anything on the board activity now, but we were. But let's just see. Let me just put this to go. Now we're getting bits, but we're not getting anything else. I'll tell you what though, it's getting a 20-minute video. I think what we're going to do is make a part 2 of this, and hopefully we can get this board working. There is Sign of Life, which is nice from a Midway Seattle board, because good lord, these things are unreliable. Anyway, hopefully we can get this sorted out. Like I say, if I can figure out anything else, we'll keep you posted. Well, thank you for watching.